So, good afternoon. We are back again for the most fraudulent manager in the Premier League's press conference. And Jesus Christ, he has surpassed all of the fraudulence this season combined in this press conference. Some of the stuff he has come out with today, wowee. Make sure you're slapping the likes up. Don't forget as well, in 23 minutes, I'm on with Matisse, Tobes and Corey. That should be interesting. I owe Toby 50 quid. And yeah, I feel like I got stitched up on that. Now Jose got sacked for that final, but a bet's a bet. So I'm going to get through this as quick as I can. And just looking at Mikel Arteta, I just get angry. It just winds me up. There is some good news, though. Apparently, Kieran Tierney, Aubameyang, Lacazette and David Luiz are all in contention for this game. I'm not too sure how that one works, but we shall see. But anyway, let's try and find the full transcript. I'm not going to read the Danny Ceballos spoke. I ain't even going to bother reading it. Sorry, it was Pablo Mari. Danny Ceballos. Pablo Mari spoke. I'm not even going to bother reading any of that. I want to get to the nitty gritty and find the actual. Why they do this on their website all the time, man. It winds me up. Right. Okay. Here we go. I found it. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail is. You know what I mean. Right, okay, so he said, I'm extremely excited to be travelling today and playing the game tomorrow, knowing that this tie is going to take us to the final if we do the right things and we earn it. We have a tough opponent in front of us, but I really want to be there. Don't we all? I think that'll save your job, mate. He was asked about the statement from the board. Anybody who hasn't seen the statement from the board, basically KSE came out and basically said they're not selling the club. Now, the Spotify chap isn't speaking, despite what you see on Twitter. He is not speaking on Sky Sports News today. That is not happening. He is speaking on their sister channel, which is CNBC, and he is not going on there to speak about Arsenal. He is going on there to speak about Spotify. But that's how social media works. Fake news travels real quick these days. I'm sure he will be asked about Arsenal. But it's going to be interesting to see what he says on that. But like I said, he's not going on there to speak about Arsenal. He's going on to speak about Spotify. So all the accounts that are tweeting it out that he's going on to speak about Arsenal, absolute load of cobblers. Anyway, let's continue. The statement. Yes, we spoke to them and it's very clear. They show their commitment and their ambition to the football club. We all want a successful team on the pitch and it was very clear. And it took any doubts out of the situation. Okay, let's go. Let's move. I'm not going to talk about the bit where he's asked about distraction of the players and stuff like that. Actually, yeah, I will. We talk a lot. A lot of speculation has surrounded the situation in the last week or so. Our fans raised their voices during the game against Everton. But now we have a very clear and committed statement from the ownership. And I think that is gone when they say what they said last night and show the commitment and desire to take the team to where we all want. I think it's very clear that we are moving forward. Right, now let me just go back to that. Oh, dear, oh, dear. The fans raised their voices during the Everton game, but now we have a very clear and committed statement from the ownership. I think that is gone. Are this not deluded? Well, they think that, like, because fans raised their voices and turned up en masse outside the Emirates the other day, now the owners have come out and said, yeah, cool, we're not selling, mate. I'm not leaving. What, he just thinks everyone's just going to stop. Boy, he's got a big shot coming to him. Big shot coming to him real soon. On whether the Kroenkes will lead the team to the good times, he said, from the very beginning, that was my perception. Everything I sensed, all the communications I've had with them, they are fully excited and committed in this project and want to push everybody to do what we want to do. Unbelievable, Jeff. On whether he's spoken to Unai Emery, he said, I've spoken to him a few times. We have a few people in common. Then I spoke to him before I took over at the club, which shocked me, actually, when he said this. And he was really helpful. He's a very experienced and successful manager in Europa League in particular. So there is no doubt that he has the tools and the knowledge to manage a top-level team. On whether he spoke to Unai before he took the job, he said, yes, I did. He offered me the opportunity, which is sometimes unusual. He was very sincere and open. I was very grateful. He was then asked by Roger from Sky Sports if the takeover has had a disruptive cause to the club. He said, listen, Roger, I can't control the speculation of what's going on. What I'd like to know and talk about is the reality. And the reality is that we have the owners that are really, really committed, and they want a successful team on the pitch. They're going to do everything they can to achieve it. That is what we have, and I feel fully supported. Excuse me. I ate my dinner a little bit too quick. On the possibility of seeing more regular protests, he said, again, it's nothing I can control. They have the freedom and possibility to express themselves. If you ask me as a manager what I want towards the team, obviously I want stability around all sectors of the club, because I know it's best for the players and best for performance of the team. The players need their supporters fully committed behind the team. The moment we have them inside the stadium, I'm sure that'll be the case. You got another thing coming, my friend. Florian Balogun, he spoke and he said that there was a very complicated situation that was developing, and the club had to make a big effort to get that resolved. I don't know whether he'd signed some pre-contract agreement with another club or something, but that's what it kind of sounds like. On what commitments KSE have given him, he said it's always been a part of the discussion to help improve the team, amongst other things. What I can tell you is they want to do their best to support what we want to do and have a really successful Arsenal. Kieran Tierney is back. He didn't need surgery. Let's move on to the next one. On ignoring the narrative around Unai versus Arsenal, he said, again, I can't control it. The relationship existed. We cannot go against that. Emery knows the club really, really well. And we know Unai really, really well. And what he did here before he joined and at the football club, and that is that. On the statement from KSE and whether it would be popular with the fans, he said, I don't know. But I think it closes a lot of speculation about what could happen. They moved straight away, and they've made it a very clear lines of where they are standing and what they want for the football club. And that's it. One thing doesn't take the other, that the fans express themselves and their opinion, which is completely normal. And whether he thinks Stan Kroenke should speak to the fans, smash the likes up as well. 350 people watching. He said, well, I don't know if that's the case. If we feel it's necessary and it would be helpful, I'm sure they would do anything it takes to bring the fans closer to them. If they get the opportunity to know him, I think most will be surprised. If that's the case, I think it will benefit everybody at the football club. It will benefit the fans, and it'll bring a lot of clarity. So if there is a way to do it and it's going to be helpful, then yes. This guy, man, I swear. If you Google puppet, it comes up with a picture of Mikel Arteta. On what needs to shift the difficult relationship with fans. He said, it's a question I've been thinking about a lot. And there's a lot of factors which are difficult to control. There are still moving pieces there, but I am positive that in the next few weeks or month, we're going to be in a much better position. And the only thing we can do to help in that situation is win football matches and win trophies. That always helps a football club have stability and excitement. And then each party has to do a little bit to reunite everybody. Danny Ceballos, on his comment, saying he's more suited to La Liga. I don't know if anyone's seen that. He has actually said that is more suited to playing in La Liga. Well, good luck at Cadiz next season, because you ain't getting in Madrid's team, mate. I'm not even going to bother reading that. What he expects from Villareal, he said, in terms of the last 10 or 15 years, they've had spectacular progression with various different coaches, but they've always had a clear idea of how they want to play. Unai's brought in a lot of experience in this competition, and they have a clear playing style, something we don't. Obviously, it's a two-legged affair, and there's always a bit of uncertainty in terms of the first leg, who is going to be more dominant and who is going to take more risks. We'll see tomorrow. He was then asked about his biggest concern about facing Villareal. He said, well, I'd say the main thing is clarity of idea, and that we have to do that both with and without the ball, and in transition, the set pieces, and very clear ideas. Why does he bang on and say very clear ideas all the time? And then we go into games and there's no fucking idea. Like, real talk. They have some fantastic individual players in the final third, and they can decide a game at any time. They compete throughout the game. They also have an ability to change system. That's because they got a proper fucking manager. using either the same players or different players during the game. It's difficult to read. That's all the questions he was asked. I'm not going to read out the ones Pablo Marie got asked because it's pointless. But this guy he just like every week he gets worse. Real talk. Every single week this geezer comes out with another load of drivel. And I suppose in a way he's probably hoping that the Kroenkes do stay, because if they don't, then he's gone. I think he'll be gone if he loses this game over 2 legs anyway. But we shall see. Let's see what some of you guys are saying. Make sure you keep peppering the likes up, man. Don't forget, I am on Matisse's channel in about 10 minutes. We're going to do the London's Club Carnage, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Make sure you go and check out his channel. It's always a good laugh on that show, man. Me and Tobes always having banter. Matisse and Corey as well. It's been good, man. And Matisse must be loving life. Champions League semi-final, 1-1. They got the upper hand, didn't they? Tobias can jog on, says Tom. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Reports coming out about Arsenal scouting managers for next season. What are your thoughts? I have seen that, but at the same time, I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, I can read the written press, written sports journalist side of it anyway, like a book. All of a sudden, there's articles coming out about we're looking to spend money, we're looking at other managers. Of course, come on, man. Of course, they're going to put these stories out because they work hand in hand with the football club, and the football club has got a lot of pressure on them at the minute. So the easiest way to quash that pressure is say, oh, put a story out saying they're linked to Allegri or linked to this manager, or they're going to sell these players and they're going to buy these players. Load of bollocks. Yeah, let's see what happens. Load of bollocks. Big up to Darry, says, I don't think you'll sack him if you lose. I bloody hope we do. Big up to Ian, another United fan. I'm a Man U fan, but you kill me. Bro, I'm just sick and tired of this manager. I was sick and tired of him 3 weeks before he got the job. I don't like him. Yeah, I knew this geezer would take us backwards, man. And now all he's done is take us backwards and sitting there chatting absolute cobblers in a fucking press conference every week. And it's mad. Arteta should open up a waffle stand outside the ground. Oh dear, oh dear. It's actually mad, really, when you think about it. The level of bullshit this guy comes out with his jokes. I'm more excited about the match than Villareal, today's match than Villareal. That's kind of where we're at, isn't it, Narendra? We're kind of more excited about watching proper teams in the Champions League. The level of football last night on display was unbelievable, man. And Man City PSG tonight, boy, that's got relentless end-to-end football written all over it, isn't it? So yeah, man. What manager do you want? Bruv, I would take Ancelotti right now. I wanted him when Wenger got sacked. I wanted him when Unai got sacked. Jose's available. I would still take Jose. Levels better than this guy. Levels. And people go, oh, what do you want Jose for? Why wouldn't you want him? He's one of the greatest managers in history. Why wouldn't you want that at your football club? You know, Tottenham are stupid for sacking him. They sacked him 5 days or 6 days for a cup final. Like, what's that all about? Idiots. Mikel Kroenke, yes. Don Carlo, exactly. Don Carlo. Brendan Rodgers. Brendan's a good manager or good coach, whatever you want to call him. I don't think he's in that elite bracket, man. Like he's had a couple of bottle jobs over the seasons. I still think he's a good manager. Don't get it twisted. He's levels better than what we've got here. But I want a proper manager, like an elite level manager. And yeah, Don Carlo, Don Simeone, either one of them two, man. I'd take all day long. Did you see what he did at Napoli? Bro, have you seen what he's done at Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Juventus, and what he's doing at Everton? It's mad. It's mad. Everton's new stadium looks... Bro, Everton's new stadium is mad. Real talk. Real talk. Eric Ten Hag, massively overrated. Massively overrated. Yeah, good manager. Nah, not for me, bro. Not for me. Rafa Benitez, I'll take Rafa for a short time, yeah, from now to the end of the season. But Ten Hag, I do like Ten Hag, but I just think that some of these managers, like, it's the same with Nagelsmann. Yeah, Nagelsmann's a good manager. I guarantee he's sacked inside 18 months at Bayern Munich. 100% he'll be gone. Yeah, it's way too soon for him to get that job. And they're like the hipster choices. Oh, yes, I watch the Dutch league. No, you don't. No, you don't. Anytime people see Ajax or Leipzig, because their leagues are shit, let's be real, ain't no fucker buying a subscription to watch that. Only time people see them teams is when they're playing the Champions League, yeah, or the Europa League. And because they put in good performances here and there, like, people just get all moist over it. It's like, come on, man. Like, it could be worse though. Tottenham are looking at Gareth Southgate. they'll have Gareth Southgate on the touchlines in the North London derby, and we'll have Sangria Southgate on the other side. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the battle of the Southgates. Graham Potter. I'd take Graham Potter. Real talk. Not just he's my twin brother, but I would take Graham Potter. I think he's a quality young manager, man, and he's doing it with a shit team in the Premier League, which is a lot more competitive lower down anyway. Maybe not right at the very top this season, but lower down, it's a lot more competitive than the Bundesliga and the Eredivisie. So, yeah, I'd take Graham Potter, man. I think he's decent. Allegri is still available. Tottenham will get Scott Parker. It wouldn't surprise me, to be fair. Don Conte, I'd take him in a heartbeat. Proper manager. He don't need 3-year process. He does it in one, bruv. So, yeah, no mucking about. Big Sam. Hey, Big Sam, if he keeps up West Brom, mate, he's relentless, isn't it? It's relentless. I don't think he's going to keep him up, but can you imagine if he did? He'd have the freedom of West Bromwich. Be mad. Let's do a few more. Get Fergie out of retirement, if only. What a manager. Greatest manager in history, mate. Tony Adams to Arsenal in a role to show the defence how to defend. That's actually a very good point. None of them can defend. Maybe we should get him at Arsenal. Would you take Poch? Why would he leave PSG? He's got a decent team at PSG. Bring Emery back. I would take Emery back. I would. I actually would. Like I said this so many times. When we sacked him, yeah, I wanted him sacked. But if I'd known Arteta was coming in, I would have kept him. He don't need all of this like 4-year process. Oh, and the funny thing is, right, is like, you know, people are sitting there cussing everything, like, in terms of like ownership and stuff like that. Right. I'm going to read this tweet out. I'm going to read this out. I retweeted it earlier. It was absolutely spot on. Arteta sexuals love to criticize top dollar managers like Allegri by saying they can only compete with investment. The same fucking morons say Arteta needs 51 new players to see what he's really made of. It's true, isn't it? Oh, give him investment. Give him his own squad. Give him all the players. Give him the right tools. Yeah, how about just fucking coach the players and get them better, mate? It's not difficult, is it? Yeah, I don't need to get my coaching badges to see that Xhaka's not a footballer. Yeah, or Bellerin's not a footballer. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't really, I agree with this. You lot disrespected Emery too bad. Yeah, well, guess what? Every single one of these people that was sitting there at the start saying trust the process when this manager first got the job, they're all part of the problem as well, mate. Every single one of them, all part of the problem. Yeah, the process that half of them were probably protesting against the other day. Like, just makes no sense to me. How about just say it as you see it instead of jumping on bandwagons or what's fashionable? Have your own opinion. Yeah, and if it goes against what other people say, cool. Yeah, it's your opinion, isn't it? Yeah, nobody can tell you how to support your football club. You know, if you don't want to go to games and you want to boycott. If you do want to go to games, go to games. If you want to buy the merch, buy the merch. Who the fuck is anyone to tell you not to do that? But if you want to get the owner out, then for me, you have to stop buying and you have to stop spending at the football club. Otherwise, they're just going to keep going, innit? But listen, we've got a couple more minutes left before I get onto Matisse's channel. 700 people watching. Slap the likes up. Bring Wenger back with Vieira. No. No way. I do not want that geezer anywhere near this football club. And as for Vieira, he was more qualified for this job than Arteta was. But I still wouldn't want him as a manager. I don't want any ex-player as a manager. Any ex-Arsenal player. No thanks. Been there, doing it as we speak. They're yes men. Laurent Blanc. Maybe. Exactly. If you want KSE out, hit him where it hurts. Exactly. Arteta is a yes man. Yes, he is. What about Hassan Hüttl? Ralph Hasenhutel. Ralph Hasenhutel. I would take Hasenhutel. People go, oh, but he's right down near the bottom of the table. And what? So are we. Lee knows wingers. Hey, bruv, everyone keeps banging on about this Willian one, yeah? I never said go and sign Willian. When Willian was signed, I said, yeah, he's decent. I didn't expect him to play 40 games this season, though, if I'm honest. What does KSE stand for? Kroenke Sports and Entertainment. We're not really being entertained, are we? Who's the ideal replacement? Ancelotti, Conte, we've listed them. They're in the chat, my guy. Listen, get the likes up. I'll be back again at... What time will I be back? I'm going on Matisse's channel in a minute. I'm going on Never a Foul. I'm going back on their channel at 5 o'clock. So I'll be back on here at 6. Yeah, 6 o'clock. And then I'll be back doing a live phone-in after the game at 10 tonight. So, yeah, I'm going on Matisse's channel now. Then I'm going on Never a Foul. And then I'll be back on here at 6 o'clock. Big up to everyone who's watched this live. Make sure you pepper the likes. Only 113 likes. That's a disgrace. That's nearly as big as a disgrace as our manager. So before you leave, the 700 people that are watching this, just click like and then go and type in MAH if you're not subscribed, and you'll find Matisse's channel, on which I will be there in about 3 or 4 minutes, because lateness is greatness. And I'm out of here. Laters.